Today we will see about NPS, that is the National Pension System. There are certain latest rules that you have to know, and many have doubt on this also. So this video I will clear many doubts, and this will be useful for GDS to PA examination, Postman and MTS and IPU and PS Group B examination also. And as far as NPS is concerned, there are so many. In this video I will cover what is NPS, what are the latest changes, what are the eligibility conditions, who can invest in NPS, what are the tax benefits under NPS, and what is tier 1, what is tier 2, differences between tier 1 tier 2, what is PRAN, what is the partial withdrawal under NPS, what is the withdrawal in normal exit and premature exit, what is closure, and what is the investment options, that is active option and auto choice. And all doubts will be cleared in this session. Basically, a national pension system, there are two types of national pension systems. So one is for the all citizen model, and the other one is for the normal employees who are having the salary basic plus DA and all. And we will discuss both in this video. The first one, National Pension System, is a voluntary retirement savings scheme, and it is laid down to allow the subscribers to make a defined contribution towards a planned savings, thereby securing the future by means of pension. And here we have the Pension Fund Regulatory and Development Authority, that is PFRDA. It is a nodal agency for implementation and monitoring of national pension system. And they may ask who is the nodal agency also, you may have to remember. And purchase of life annuity from PFRDA and paneled life insurance companies, apart from withdrawing a part of the accumulated pension wealth as a lump sum, if they choose so, it is also possible. That means at the time, at the end of the pension scheme, you have two options. One is to withdraw some amount, and the other one is to you have to choose an annuity scheme wherein you will deposit the certain percentage of amount that we will see later. In the annuity scheme is all about a scheme that will provide you pension every month on a regular basis. So you are supposed to choose one annuity plan also, a life annuity plan, and in that you will get the pension, and certain amount can be withdrawn at the end of the this NPS scheme, that you can take it as a withdrawal. And the subscribers under NPS are allowed to choose any one of the pension funds, including private sector pension funds, at an interval of once in a year. So once you choose, there is a choice for you as a subscriber under NPS to choose the pension fund, whichever fund you like. There will be options given. And every year, if you want to change that pension option also, that fund option also, you can change. And one by one we will see. NPS, it is the world's lowest cost pension scheme. So if they ask you what is the world's lowest cost pension scheme, it is National Pension System. You should remember. They may give an option as an APY also. You should be able to identify that it as the world's lowest cost pension scheme. Okay, and the age at entry for NPS has been revised, and it has been changed from 18 to 65 to now 18 to 70. So now the age entry is 18 to 70 years they can enter. And POPSP means the point of presence and service provider. And as soon as you want to have an NPS account opened in your name, you may have to submit a PRAN application form to your nearest point of presence or service provider. That is, who will be that? Who can invest is Indian citizen can invest, and NRI also can invest, and OCI also can invest. OCI means overseas citizen of India. NRI is non-resident India, we know. So these three can invest in the national pension system. And one more point is that they can continue or defer their withdrawal of NPS account up to the age of 75. Say this age at entry is 18 to 70 we have seen, and it can be deferred. That means you can continue up to 75 years also if you want, and or you can defer the withdrawal and take payment up to, you can continue depositing up to 75, or that means you will defer the withdrawal up to 75 years of age. That means you won't take withdrawal up to the age of 75. This option is required to be exercised up to 15 days prior to completion of 60 years. That means when you have to exercise that I will continue for up to 75 means as soon as you get 60 years of age, you have to exercise this option 15 days prior to you becoming 60 years. That means 60 years के पहले आप करना चाहिए. So then where to open? Point of presence, that is point of presence is nothing but is a service provider. It can be a HO or a bank. PRAN means permanent retirement account number. As soon as you open a NPS account, you will be allotted a PRAN number similar to the PAN, one permanent retirement account number that will be allotted to each subscriber. And there are two options for every NPS. One is Tier 1. Tier 1 deposits and Tier 2 deposits you have. In a Tier 1 account, it is a retirement account, and it is basically a retirement account in which some restrictions are imposed, and restricted withdrawals also can be made, but with some restrictions. That means before 60 years you can withdraw, after 60 years also you can withdraw, but based on certain conditions, and you have to go certain amount for a annuity plan before you withdraw something. So this condition is there in Tier 1, and there are tax benefits in Tier 1 also, and up to an amount of 2 lakhs you can get tax benefits under Tier 1. That is under section 80C we can get 1.5 lakhs, and 50,000 above 1.5 lakhs under section 80C you can get 50,000 also, in addition to 80C under section 80CCDB 1B. Okay, so here there is an option to choose one of the pension funds once in a year we have seen. And under Tier 2, there are two types of accounts we have seen, Tier 1 and Tier 2. Tier 1 is a retirement account. Tier 2 is a voluntary savings scheme account. It is a normal savings account actually, and you are free to withdraw any amount at any time in the Tier 2. Tier 2 is there are no restrictions for withdrawals. In a Tier 1 you have restrictions. There are tax benefits in Tier 1. There are certain there are no tax benefits under Tier 2 earlier, but NPS Trust that which sees this NPS operations has given section 80C provision also for Tier 2 with effect from 2019 onwards. Section 80C is available for Tier 2 deposits also. And here this is the summary. If you want, you can take a screenshot, and this is also the summary. All these things we have discussed, and this also we have discussed. And now we will see what is the Tier 1 and Tier 2, the differences in broad. The minimum opening contribution in Tier 1 should be 500 minimum. To start with a Tier 1 account, you should deposit 500, and minimum subsequent contribution. That means once you have opened the account with 500 rupees, again you can deposit only with the 500, minimum 500, and anything above that you can deposit. And the minimum contribution per 1 year, it is 1,000 rupees. That means every year you have to contribute 1,000 compulsory, and the minimum number of contributions in a year is 1. So you should understand the difference between this 500 and 1,000. Minimum opening is 500. Subsequent, it is, I have given it in the red color so that you can understand things very well. Take a screenshot also. Okay, this is a pain point because so much of information is there on net, but that is all information is old, and it is not up to date. So I have made it a summary wise so that it is easy for you. And the minimum number of contributions is 1. And in Tier 2, the minimum opening contribution is 1,000, and minimum subsequent contribution is 250 rupees. So, and minimum contribution per year is for Tier 2, there is no minimum or maximum as such. So minimum number here also, it should be generally 1. And these are the basic differences you can see here. Now Tier 1 and Tier 2 I will say one by one. The Tier 1, it is an individual pension account. You can say it is a retirement account or a pension account, whereas Tier 2 it is an optional account. If you want, you can have, otherwise you need not have the Tier 2 also, and require an active Tier 1. So if you cannot say that I will have Tier 2 without a Tier 1. So for to have a tier 2, you should have a tier 1 compulsory. So tier 1 is compulsory, tier 2 is optional. And if you want tier 2, tier 1 is compulsory. Okay, optional account and require an active tier 1. And with tier 1 withdrawals as per rules and regulations only it is possible. That we will see later. What are the rules and regulations for a withdrawal under tier 1. And tier 2 unrestricted withdrawals. Any amount you can take withdrawal under tier 2. And the minimum contribution is 500. We have seen earlier in tier 1. And the minimum contribution is 1000 rupees in tier 2. And minimum contribution per year is 1000 in tier 1 and minimum contribution is 250 in tier 2. And tier 1 there are tax benefits, and in tier 2 there are no tax benefits or gains. However, recently in 2019-14 ATC option is also given for tier 2. Any citizen aged between 18 to 70 is eligible under tier 1. NRIs and OCIs also they are eligible under tier 1. But in tier 2 NRIs and OCIs are not eligible. Okay, overseas citizens of India, they are not eligible. And in tier 1 you can choose any pension fund or investment pattern that we will see later. And in tier 2 choose any pension fund or investment pattern, and subscriber can select a different pension fund and investment options for his or her NPS tier 1 and tier 2 accounts. So you can choose one fund for a tier 1, two fund for a tier 2, you can choose another one investment option. That is also possible. Now coming into some charges and penalties for non-compliance of mandatory minimum contributions in tier 1. There are mandatory minimum contributions in tier 1 we have seen. And even in tier 2 also there is some minimum contribution, and if you don't comply with those things, there are certain charges. And if the subscriber contributes less than 1000 in a year, his account will be frozen, and facilities provided by the CRA such as online view of the account will be restricted. So this account can be opened online also. Where you can open, I will show you later. And this whenever the minimum contribution is not there, it will be frozen, and the facilities by record keeping agency, they will be frozen, and online view also you can't see. And in order to reactivate the account, the subscriber would have to pay the minimum contribution of rupees 500. Then only it can be reactivated. A frozen account shall be closed when the account value falls to 0. Say suppose the account value comes to 0, then the frozen account will be closed. Now coming into the second aspect of partial withdrawal under NPS, this is a new rule 14/1/2021, and the partial withdrawal of NPS subscribers through self-declaration. This is a new one. Earlier it used to be with the sufficient proof you have to submit earlier. Now it is based on the self-declaration. You can get the partial withdrawals after 3 years of joining by accessing the https://cra-nsdl.com. This is where you can apply for your partial withdrawal after 3 years of joining the account. And non-refundable partial withdrawal, that means you need not repay the partial withdrawal that you take after 3 years of joining. And what is the amount that you get from your contributions only to the extent of 25% up to 3 times in the entire tenure of an NPS subscription for a specified reason like higher education, children's marriage, purchase of flat or house, medical expenses, skill development, etc. For these reasons, those reasons for certain some other reasons are also there. These are the basic reasons: higher education of the children, marriage, flat, purchase of flat, medical expenses, skill development. You can go up to 25% of the contribution that you have made so far. And it can be taken up to 3 times in your entire tenure. So that means you can take 10% once, 10% once, and 5% another time, like that you can take. This ceiling applies to all the 3 withdrawals put together. For example, you can withdraw 10%, 10% and 5% in 3 tranches. Okay, this is the point. Now we will see about the income tax benefits. Here there are 2 types of contributions as we have seen. One is that in case of an employee, there are two types of contributions. The employee will contribute something, that is 10% of his basic pay plus DA, 10% of the salary, that is basic pay plus DA, he will contribute towards NPS, and an equivalent amount will also be contributed by the employer. And here and for central government, if the employee is from central government, this 10% will go up to 14%. This employer's contribution, that means one who employed you, if he is a central government, now it is 14%, and income tax deduction will be available for 14% of the salary and basic, that is basic pay plus DA, with effect from 1/4/2019. And it is employees own contribution 10% income tax, it is under section 80 CCD1. And what is the ceiling? Overall ceiling of 1.5 lakhs under section 80 CCE. So it will be included in the overall ceiling of 1.5 lakhs, we know, it's under section 80 CCE. And employers contribution, we have seen 10% for certain government employees, and some others it will be for central government, it is 14%. It is under section CCD2, and this ceiling will be over and above the limit of 1.5 lakhs provided under section 80 CCE. So here we have seen that we get 1.5 lakhs under section 80 CCE, and this is over and above. That means 50,000 here you can get up to 50,000, you can get up to here 1.5 lakhs, this is above 1.5. So nearly some 50,000 you can get here, and here you can get 1.5. Total it comes to 2 lakhs. And there is another category without employee and employer, that is tax benefit for self-employed. Say suppose you are not an employee or employer, in such a case you will get a tax benefit for, even though you are self-employed also. There are two entities in self-employed tax benefits. One is 10% of the gross income, you will income tax will be deducted under section 80 CCD1, similar to this employee contribution, and overall ceiling of 1.5 lakhs under section 80 CCE. And for self-employee, there is another tax benefit also, up to a maximum of investment of 50,000. So this 50,000 is here, and for employees and employees it is only 10% or 14%, whichever may be. Here this 15% does not apply here. This 1.5 lakhs it applies here, and here this is 50,000 for self-employed, maximum investment up to 50,000, and this is 1.5. So here it comes to 2 lakhs. And this is also under section 80 CC 1B. This is 1 and this is 1B. Over and above 1.5 lakhs of under section 80 CC. So this put together it comes to 2 lakhs for a self-employed. For employees it is 10% of salary and 10% of basic pay plus DA, or 14% for central government, as the case may be. Now coming into NPS withdrawal, there is a recent change in the NPS withdrawals rule from September 21, 2021 onwards. Here we will see about the exit option for NPS subscribers. What is the type of exit? There are two types of exits. One is normal exit. That means after completion of 60 years of age, there is a normal exit. There is a premature exit also before 60 years, completion of 60 years. And there one more exit is on the death of the subscriber. We will see what will be paid as a lump sum withdrawal and what will be paid as annuity. That means this is for pension fund. Annuity means this is for pension fund that will be deposited either with LIC or some SBI like that, and they will pay the pension at a later date. So whatever, suppose you got 1 crore rupees at the end of the 60 years and you want to exit from the scheme, then though you can continue up to age of 75, we have seen earlier. Here after 60 years, if the corpus is above 5 lakhs, suppose if that is 1 crore, then 60%, that means 60 lakhs you can withdraw, it will be paid to you as lump sum. And 40%, that means some 40 lakhs you may have to deposit as a annuity scheme. And in that there will be different funds, and you have the option either to choose one fund. That means you become an active investor and you will invest in the pension fund For that you will be paid pension on a monthly basis. So this is one option, and there is another option that you will auto default will be there, that we will see later. What is then automatically it will be pulled into an auto default option, where if you don't choose an option, they will the government will do it for you. That is also there. And lump sum withdrawal will be 100% if the corpus is less than 5 lakhs. Suppose if you are in a normal exit after 60 years, if the total corpus is 5 lakhs only or less than 5 lakhs, in such a case 100% you can take away as a withdrawal. You need not go for an annuity scheme. That is also possible. And if it is above 5 lakhs, then you have to take 60% as withdrawal, lump sum withdrawal, and as 40% you have to invest in an annuity pension scheme. So this is for a government employees, government sector. If it is non-government sector, these same conditions apply, but after 10 years only this is possible. Okay, from the date of opening. And premature exit, if you can see, if the corpus is greater than 2.5 lakhs, 20% can be withdrawn as a lump sum amount, and 80% you have to go for pension annuity scheme. That means whenever you want to withdraw before 60 years of age, you have to take only 20% as withdrawal, and 80% you have to go for a pension annuity scheme. And if the amount of corpus that you accumulate at the end of the at the end of the age by which you want to take withdrawal is less than 2.5 lakhs, that means if the corpus is less than 2.5 lakhs, the entire amount can be taken as lump sum withdrawal. Okay, here like that lump sum can be taken. This 60% will become 100% if it is less than 5 lakhs, and this 20% becomes 100% if it is less than 2.5 lakhs in case of premature exit. And death of the deposit subscriber, there is 2 points. One is if it is less than 5 lakhs, entire corpus will be payable to the nominee as lump sum. And if it is above 5 lakhs, 20% will be withdrawn and 80% will be annuity. So this is for the employee and employer condition. And if it is a non-government sector, the same thing applies as a prior one, but only certain condition is that here if the NPS withdrawal for who has joined after from 60 to 70 years of age, the exit after completion of 3 years is only allowed. So for 60 to 70, if any person has joined in the NPS scheme, then exit will be allowed only after completion of 3 years from the date of such a joining. And if the corpus is above 5 lakhs, same 60-40. 60 is lump sum withdrawal, 40 is annuity pension payments, and if it is less than 5 lakhs, at 100% corpus you can take. And if it is a premature exit, that means exit before completion of 3 years. If the corpus is 2.5 lakhs, exceeding 2.5 lakhs, then 20% lump sum withdrawal can be made, 80%, same table as previous one. Annuity will be there, and 100% if corpus is less than 2.5 lakhs. There is some difference in the death of the subscriber. At the time of death of the subscriber, in case of 60 to 70 years, the entire corpus will be payable to the nominee as lump sum, instead of that in the earlier screen we have seen 5 lakhs, less than 5 lakhs it will be paid, but above 5 lakhs it will be 20 into 40, 80 withdrawal and annuity. We have seen that with here there is no such relaxation, because the age is itself is 60 to 70. So this after 3 years is important bit, and before completion of 3 years is also you have to remember if it is 60 to 70. Now coming into the investment options under NPS, how the money is invested will depend on the subscriber's own choice. The subscriber will be having 2 choices. One is to choose a default one, or to choose on his own which fund he can invest. Actually, the fund which he is investing will be going to the mutual funds and some other equity portfolio. So investor has a choice there. The NPS investor will be having subscriber will be having a choice. So money will be invested as per the default choice of moderate life cycle fund. So the default choice will be moderate life cycle fund, And under auto choice option, there will be an auto choice option. That means if you don't choose, it goes to auto choice or default choice. And what will be the auto choice? That will also we will see. That will be moderate life cycle. That means what is the distribution of fund in the moderate life cycle fund? We will see in the next slide, where the money will be get invested in various types of schemes under the prescribed age of the subscriber, according to the age of the subscriber, according to his risk profile. That will be invested in different funds. NPS offers two approaches to invest subscribers' money. Active choice, we have told you. Active choice means there will be asset classes like asset class E, asset class C, asset class G, asset class A. Asset class C means it is equity. Here E means E implies equity. Investments is predominantly will be equity market instruments, that is shares, mutual funds, like that. And asset class C means investments in fixed income instruments other than government securities. That means it is like corporate bonds. C implies for corporate bonds. Asset class G means G implies the government securities. They will deposit the amount in the government securities, which is more safe. And asset class A means investment in alternate investment schemes. Here A means alternate investment schemes. I have highlighted in red color so that you can understand what it stands for. E stands for equity, C stands for corporate bonds, G stands for government securities, A stands for alternate investment schemes. That means it includes CMBS. What is CMBS? Commercial mortgage backed securities. And MBS means mortgage backed securities. REITs means real estate investment trusts. And AIFs means alternative investment funds, etc. In those things, they are all called alternate investment schemes. Here NPS active choice, there is a latest amendment on 2022 in the October 20th of 2022. They have given the option for going for equity to an extent of 75%. Earlier it used to be 50 only. They have given, they have enhanced the option, and in tier 2 they have made it 100% also. If they want, they can. Here the asset class under G, government securities, it is 100. Corporate bonds, it is 100 for tier 1. Equity, it is 75. Alternate assets, it is 7. It is 5. And for tier 2, government securities 100 up to 100 you can go, maximum limit. Anything you can choose. And corporate bonds up to 100 you can go. Equity can go up to 100. Alternate assets, it is 5%. So there is one more point is that 3 life cycle funds are available under this auto choice. L75 aggressive life cycle fund. In this life cycle fund, the exposure in equity investment starts 75% till the age of 35 and gradually reduces as per the age of the subscriber. In LC50, that is moderate life cycle fund, 50% up to 35 age, and gradually it reduces. LC25 means conservative life cycle, 25% till 35, and later on it reduces under equity investments. Here you can see the active choice. If you can see the active choice here, there are 3 models: aggressive, conservative, and moderate. This moderate will be the default one. In moderate, up to 35 years, 50% will be ECG. ECG here means equity, corporate bonds, and government securities. ECG means that one. 50% will be equity, 30% will be corporate bond, and government securities will be 20%. In aggressive thing, equities will be with high risk. Actually, in share market and bonds, share market and mutual funds, it will be high risk. However, the return will also be like that. So it is 75%. And corporate bonds, provided you in equity you stay long only, this can be get, but there is no guarantee in equity market, that we all know. And corporate bonds, it is 10%, and government security, it is 15%. This is more secure. Less than this is less secure. This will be high risk. Okay, so these are the percentages. You can see different asset classes, and you may also be wondering from where I have taken all this information. This is the website. You can take these circulars. So many circulars are available under this NPS, npscra.nsdl.co.in, pfrda circulars.php. So even you can find it in the NPS Trust website also. So this is all about NPS. Just finally, if you can remember what is the percentage of withdrawal that can be taken after 3 years, you post in the comment section. So I hope that you have got all the points from NPS that will be useful for PS Group B IPO and MTS. Thank you. Subscribe to Career Force for more marks and higher rankings. Subscribe to Career Post.